Okay, okay. There are different types of reviews. So there is a world out there of people who do reviews, and reviews are done all the time. And here at the Duke University Medical Center Library and Archives, I'm showing you that there are different types of reviews. There are critical reviews, literature reviews, mapping reviews, meta-analysis, mixed studies, overviews, and so forth and so on. But I just wanted to show you that we're interested in literature reviews. So, okay, let's go to it. Okay, so for you to write a good review, you need to know what kind of review that you'll be writing. So one of the things I want you to do is take your time to search for literature reviews. This literature reviews, and I want you to see what are the characteristics of a literature review. And you can go to this Duke University website that I have here, and that would help you also. And then also, I want you to narrow down the topic you're writing, make it more specific, okay? We'll talk about that in a second. Also, create an outline for topics and subtopics. Your homework for next week is actually this, creating an outline for topics and subtopics. So when you're writing your literature review, you need to break it down. Let's say your topic is Alzheimer's in juveniles in Southeast Asia. This is a good topic. It's a little short, but it's a good topic. But you need to lead us into this topic. So you might start by telling us about general overview on Alzheimer's. You might talk about history of dementia in Southeast Asia. You may talk about Alzheimer's specifically in Southeast Asia. You may also talk about causative agents of Alzheimer's. You may talk about treatments of Alzheimer's in Southeast Asia. Okay, so you break it down into subtopics and topics. So next week, what I would want from you is to select a few subtopics that might actually help you write a good literature review. And then number 4 here is you write the first page of your literature review. Okay, there is this quote that says, "The journey of 1,000 years begins with one step." You just need to go ahead and just write a draft, your very first page, your overview of your literature review. So before you write, a few things you also need to do. You need to ask your instructor or people who are knowledgeable in that field to help you with your review. Okay, so if you're writing about frogs, for instance, you could call Dr. Cosell and have him help you with your review. You can ask Dr. Chase, Dr. Healy, you can ask myself, you can ask Dr. Nogales, you can ask anyone who you know, a brother or sister or parent, to help you with your review. Also, you need to review APA guidelines. I am going to post an article on APA guidelines for you to be able to write a paper on using APA guidelines. Then you also need to look for other reviews in your field. Now, this is critical. This might be the easiest cheat to writing a good literature review. You just look for other reviews within that field and look at the pattern that they used. How did they write their own literature review? Go to Google Scholar and search for Alzheimer's review, or whatever topic you're interested in. Nanoparticles review, frogs in Costa Rica review, right? So you do that. Also, I want you to narrow down your topic. If you're interested in South African mountain goats, that's too broad a topic. That's way too broad. So you need to make it specific, like determinants of mate choice in adult South African mountain goats. You can even make it more specific. Determinants of mate choice in adult South African mountain goats in the summer season. something like that, something very specific. All right, this is important. Make sure you're using current sources. Okay, it's important that you don't just cite a bunch of papers from 1945. It's important that you cite papers that are current. A paper from 2020 or 2019 is much better than an older paper. Okay, some of the older papers, the techniques are now archaic, right? But if you find a good old paper, that's good too. So make sure you cite the most current sources, right? Also, look for the most effective way of presenting your information, and that comes from looking at other reviews within your field. Different fields have different ways of reviewing um, literature, and so look within the field you're writing and look for the most effective way of reviewing and presenting the information. What are the characteristics of a good literature review? Um, a good literature review has an overview of the subject, an overview, just an introduction, all right, a summary, a beginning introduction, and it also has objectives that are derived from your thesis. So know what argument you're looking to research, what thesis you're looking to research, all right? So another characteristic is to be open-minded. Open-minded. So do not take one side of an argument or do not have predispositions or what you want to expect. If you're testing the effects of a BPA on frogs, for instance, do not take the mindset that BPA is bad for frogs. Maybe it is, but read all sorts of papers on the effect of BPA on frogs. Okay, look at the explanation of each work and how it is similar or different from others. This includes your synthesis aspect of it, all right? You're synthesizing the information. Okay, this person found out this and this person found out the very opposite. That's not a bad thing. That's what science is. You take all aspects of a research and you synthesize them. You think, why did they find out different results? What was their process like? Okay? Then finally, you find the conclusions as to which pieces are best considered in their arguments and are most convincing of their opinions and make the greatest contribution to understanding and development of the area of research. So what that means is simply you cannot report every single paper. Okay, you take the best papers, you take the critical papers, the ones with good results, the ones with good science, and you report it. If you think a paper has bad science, you leave it out because it's bad science. Okay, so you report papers with good science. All right, these are other characteristics of a good literature review, things you can put in your literature review. You're welcome to put graphs in your literature review, okay? You're welcome to put graphs in your literature review. You're welcome to put concept maps and diagrams that help make sense of what you're writing. Key definitions of terms. Please do not use big terms and expect the reader to know what it is. Okay. So for instance, I wrote my dissertation on things relating to implantation and the uterus. One of the first things I did was to define implantation. Do not assume that everyone knows what animal you're talking about or what species you're talking about. Do not even assume everyone knows where Timbuktu is, right? Definitions and concepts, all right? Then the research methods you're going to use that they used, you can include them or the research methods you are interested in your ultimate goal. And the summary of research results, you need to put those into your paper. The objective of the literature review, overview of the subject, clear categorization of sources selected, and the positions of all those that are in all the papers you read, and discussion of both the distinctiveness of each source and its similarities with others. Okay, so those are some characteristics of a good literature review. So here I have a final checklist. I'm not going to go over it. I just want you to take your time and go over it while you're writing your literature review. All right, I tried to keep this short. I'm sorry that I went too long. I will um, talk to you guys soon again. Oh, wait, I have a homework for you. So, homework for next week, I will have this posted. So, you need to transform your chosen topic into a researchable question. So, have the topic, have the research question, and then maybe a line 2 or 3 on what the topic is about, and then select at least 10 subtopics. I want you to select at least 10 subtopics. Well, maybe 10 is too much. No, that's not too much. Select 10 subtopics. We can remove some of them later. I want you to work on different subtopics, okay? Then give one line summary of each subtopic, just one line as to why you picked that subtopic. And then finally, I want you to add 5 more citations. You've already done well. You've found 5 citations. I want you to add 5 more citations that will help you answer each subheading or subtopic that you've chosen. Just to help you, I am going to throw in my literature review that I wrote a few years ago here on Canvas for you to see, and I hope that it helps you. Okay, thank you very much. I will talk to you soon.